Push forward! Stavelot is ahead!
December 1944. Hitler's finest tank division is about to be stopped by a bridge, a stopwatch, and 40 American engineers. One bridge, 60 tons of steel bearing down on it, and the only thing standing between Hitler's last offensive and the fuel it desperately needed was a...
At the front of the column sits SS Obersturmbannführer Joachim Peiper, commander of the most feared spearhead in Hitler's last great gamble, the Ardennes offensive. His King Tiger tanks are monsters on paper. In the narrow streets ahead, they're liabilities. Too slow, too wide, too easy to trap. Peiper needs speed. Bring me the Panthers, he orders. 2 Panther medium tanks roll forward, faster, leaner, built for exactly this kind of dash. Peiper's plan is simple. Hit the bridge at Stavelot before the Americans can blow it, and keep the offensive's timetable alive. The Panthers surge down the main road, guns blazing across the river. But the Americans are already in position. A 57mm anti-tank gun opens fire, catching the lead Panther in the engine deck. It grinds to a halt, smoke pouring from the rear. The second Panther doesn't stop. It swings toward the American gun crew and simply drives through them. 45 tons of steel crushing the position before the gunners can escape. The crew reverses back across the bridge, drawing fire the whole way, buying time for the rest of the column. Deeper into town, a second American gun opens up. The Panther's machine gunner spots it first and rakes the position. The American shot goes wide, even at point-blank range. The Panther answers with a high-explosive round, then simply drives over the wreckage. With the defenses crumbling, Peiper sends his King Tigers across the bridge. Stavelot is his, but he's not here for the town. He's here for the fuel dump north of the river. Major Paul J. Solis, the American officer holding the line, knows he can't stop the Tigers, but he can deny them what they came for. As his men pull back, he gives one final order: torch the fuel dump. Peiper arrives to find nothing but ash. Furious and running low on fuel himself, he pushes west in search of another source, leaving Stavelot lightly held and gambling that reinforcements will hold the town behind him. That gamble is about to cost him. The counterattack. From the high ground north of Stavelot, American Shermans, M10 tank destroyers and infantry appear, and they have the advantage of elevation. Shells rain down on the German positions below. The desperate German garrison radios for help. Reinforcements are close. A company of King Tigers under Obersturmführer Jürgen Wessel, waiting just south of the river. Hold on, Wessel tells them. We're hours away, hours the town doesn't have. Wessel's disaster. When Wessel's Tigers finally reach the bridge, an American M10 is waiting. It fires, striking Wessel's own tank in the gun mantlet. The shock detonates a shell inside the breech, wounding the loader and crippling the main gun. Wessel pushes forward anyway, straight into the open. A second M10 hits his frontal armor point blank. It doesn't penetrate. Tiger armor rarely failed head-on, but the impact rattles the crew to their bones. Panicking, the driver reverses the 70-ton tank straight through the wall of a house. The roof caves in. The engine dies. Wessel's tank, one of the most feared machines of the war, is abandoned in a pile of Belgian rubble. The air strike. Even as Wessel commandeers a replacement tank and pushes more Tigers across the bridge, the sky turns against them. A pair of American P-47 Thunderbolts drop out of the clouds and fire rockets straight down the column. Tanks are immobilized in the open, blocking the bridge behind them. And without their heavy guns forward, German infantry are pushed back, house by house, by American Shermans. Nightfall, the false flag. As darkness falls, the bridge becomes no man's land. Both sides dig in. Under cover of fog, German crews scramble to repair 2 disabled Tigers and slip them past the American lines to the west. Then, something stranger crosses the bridge. German commandos from the Stielau unit, dressed in American uniforms, and riding a captured jeep, hoping to bluff their way through the checkpoint. They almost make it. Halfway across, American sentries realize the deception, and machine gun fire ends the attempt before it reaches the far bank. The final push. At first light, the Germans throw everything at Stavelot one more time. King Tiger 222 rolls into the open, and an American M10 puts 3 rounds into it in quick succession, tearing through the flank and the frontal plate. The crew bails under smoke cover. the attack's momentum dies with it. To the northwest, Sturmbannführer Gustav Knittel's column keeps grinding forward under heavy artillery, pushing the Americans back street by street. The bridge is almost in reach. American commanders make the call. If they can't hold it, they'll deny it. A team of combat engineers races to the riverbank under covering fire, rigs the bridge with 1,000 pounds of explosives while bullets snap overhead, and lights the fuse. The explosion doesn't just destroy a bridge, it kills Piper's entire western operation before it can begin. The collapse, miles away, Piper gets the news: Stavelot's bridge is gone. Out of options, and nearly out of fuel, he orders a desperate river crossing anyway. At dawn on December 20th, SS troops wade into the Ambelv under Allied artillery fire. Few make it to the other side. On the western flank, King Tiger 133 is hunted down by a pack of Shermans and an M10, hit again and again until a shell finally splits the turret ring, killing the radio operator and crippling the tank. It flees, throws a track, and is abandoned in a ditch. The advance is over. Knittel orders a full retreat. West of Stavelot, Piper's remaining tanks run completely dry. His men abandon them and walk out on foot. See Oser. The offensive that was supposed to reach Antwerp in days died in the streets of a small Belgian river town, stopped not by a bigger tank, but by a destroyed bridge, a burned fuel dump, and a handful of engineers who refused to let 60 tons of German steel cross a 100-meter span. Joachim Piper survived the war. Despite his role in wartime atrocities, he spent just 12 years in prison. And somewhere, decades later, a story still circulates among old tank crews that one King Tiger single-handedly destroyed 40 Soviet tanks in a single engagement. The Soviets deny it ever happened. But who do you believe?